from Group 2, and for our case study, we chose Starbucks Corporation. Founded in 1971 in Seattle, Starbucks has grown to over 35,000 stores worldwide and is well known for its coffee, strong global brand, and commitment to employee development. We selected Starbucks because it faced significant changes after the COVID-19 pandemic. Shifts in customer behavior, particularly the rise of digital and mobile ordering, required the company to rethink its operations and how it managed its costs. In response, Starbucks invested over $1 billion in store redesign, leadership development, and operational improvements, making it a strong example of organizational development.
I will explain the key organizational issue faced by Starbucks after the COVID-19 pandemic, focusing on employee burnout and high turnover and resistance to change. The first issue is employee burnout and high turnover. After the pandemic, many Starbucks employees experienced increased pressure at work due to ongoing understaffing. Many stores were operating with fewer workers than needed, especially during peak hours. A survey of more than 700 Starbucks baristas found that over 90% reported working in understaffed stores. As a result, employees were required to multitask constantly, handling mobile orders, in-store customer and drive-thru orders at the same time. This situation led to physical exhaustion, emotional stress, and feeling of being overwhelmed. Over time, this working condition contribute to high employee turnover as many workers choose to leave for jobs with better work-life balance. High turnover also disrupt store operation as new employees had to be hired and trained repeatedly, increased costs and affecting service quality. Despite Starbucks' effort to improve labor conditions, complaints about heavy workloads and staffing shortage remain common. The second issue is resistance to change and employee management relations. Another issue faced by Starbucks was resistance to change, especially between employees and management. Since 2021, many Starbucks stores have joined Starbucks Workers United, showing growing dissatisfaction among workers. Employees were unhappy with low pay, staff shortage, and unpredictable work schedule. Many felt that decisions were made by top management without understanding the real challenges faced by baristas in their daily work. This causes tension between employees and management. Contract discussion often fail to progress, leading to strike and work stoppage in several cities. Some workers also accuse the company of unfair labor practice, which further damaged trust. Resistance was not only seen in major labor issues. Even small changes such as a new dress codes or operational rules causes negative reaction when employees feel left out of decision making. This situation shows the importance of involving employees when introducing organizational changes. In conclusion, Starbucks post-pandemic challenges show how burnout, high turnover, and resistance to change can negatively affect organizational performance. This issue highlights the importance of organizational development strategies that prioritize employee well-being, communication, and involvement.
Explain how the company overcome the issue. Following the challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, Starbucks faced operational strain and increased partner burnout. In response, the company implemented structural and work process interventions aimed at improving efficiency and enhancing employee well-being. One of the key initiatives is the Siren Craft system. This is a comprehensive redesign of store workflows that clarifies task sequences and leverages digital tools to reduce both physical and cognitive strain. Early results show that stores using this system experience higher throughput, reduced customer wait times, and smoother shift. Partners report feeling more confident during peak periods, which contributes to a better overall work experience. Another operational enhancement is Green Dot Assist, an AI-powered tool accessible on in-store iPads. It provides real-time guidance on drink preparation and operational tasks. This helps partners reduce mistakes, minimizes the need to search manuals or interrupt co-workers, and boosts overall efficiency and confidence behind the bar. Finally, Starbucks introduced partner-centric scheduling. By leveraging data-driven forecasting, labor hours are better aligned with customer demand, and partners' scheduling preferences are fully considered. This initiative has improved consistency, increased average working hours, reduced turnover and filled over 500,000 previously unstaffed shifts in a single quarter through the Shift Marketplace tool, reducing burnout and understaffing challenges. Besides these operational improvements, Starbucks also implemented human process intervention to strengthen engagement, trust, and communication. A major focus was leadership development. Store managers and supervisors received expanded training in coaching, empathetic leadership, and conflict management. New leadership roles were created within stores to ensure managers could spend more time mentoring, supporting, and effectively communicating with partners. Starbucks also enhanced partner voice through listening sessions, surveys, and feedback channels. Employees can share concerns about workload, scheduling, safety, and policies. Leadership uses this feedback to make more inclusive and participative decisions, demonstrating a shift toward a partner-centric management culture. In addition, Starbucks strengthened well-being and mental health programs. Partners now have greater access to counseling, healthcare benefits, and resources focused on stress management and work-life balance. These measures help reduce burnout, improve morale, and reinforce the company's commitment to employee well-being. Finally, internal communication strategies were improved. Frequent leadership updates and clearer messaging increased transparency, reduced uncertainty, and strengthened trust between employees and management during a period of significant organizational change. In summary, Starbucks combined operational and human interventions create a workplace that is more efficient, supportive, and engaging for partners, ultimately benefiting both employees and customers.
Starting with the effectiveness of the actions taken, Starbucks' post-pandemic organizational development intervention can be evaluated as moderately successful and appropriate. Overall, the interventions led to improvements in operational efficiency, leadership capability, and employee well-being, which shows that the changes made sense in responding to post-pandemic challenges. However, the change process was not fully successful. The continued presence of unionization efforts and labor disputes indicates that issues related to trust between employees and management were not completely resolved. In terms of outcomes, Starbucks achieved faster service delivery, simpler store operations, and a 10 to 15% reduction in employee turnover, which are key indicators highlighted in both the slides and the magazine. Moving on to the operating and human process results, Starbucks implemented several operational interventions to stabilize store performance after the pandemic. One of the major initiatives was the Siren Craft system, supported by workflow redesign, automation, and computer-based solutions. These changes reduce multitasking, standardized beverage preparation, and enable quicker service to customers, especially during busy periods. In addition, Starbucks introduced partner-centered scheduling, which improved labor distribution and provided employees with more structured and predictable working hours. This contributed directly to the reduction in employee turnover reported in the magazine. From a human process perspective, Starbucks invested in leadership development programs to strengthen frontline management. Alongside this, better internal communication and expanded mental health and well-being programs helped reduce emotional pressure and improve morale in several locations. This result showed that Starbucks addressed both technical operations and human needs, although deeper trust and employee involvement issues still remain.
I will explain the financial result and main problems. As you can see, this slide shows Starbucks revenue data from 2020 to 2020. In 2020, Starbucks was heavily affected by COVID-19. Revenue fell to USD 23.52 billion, an 11.28% decline due to store closure and low customer demand. This highlighted the need for organizational development or OD. In 2021, the company experienced a strong recovery. Revenue increased to USD 29.06 billion, a 23.57% growth, driven by store reopening, operational restructuring, and improved digital and online ordering system. Growth continued in 2022, with revenue reaching USD 32.25 billion, an increase of 10.98%, showing gradual stabilization after the pandemic.
In 2023, revenue increased further to USD 35.98 billion and 11.55% growth, driven by the Siren Craft system, improved workflow, online ordering, and labor efficiency. However, in 2024, the company saw slower growth. Revenue was USD 36.18 billion, with only 0.56% growth, indicating that earlier Audi initiatives were leveling off. In 2025, growth stabilized at USD 37.18 billion, a 2.79% increase, showing steady but moderate performance. We're moving to recommendation and general evaluation. Overall, some Audi initiatives were effective, such as the Siren Craft system, improved workflow design, leadership training, and employee well-being programs. This helped improve efficiency and business performance. However, there are still some weak areas. These include a lack of employee involvement, weak trust between management and employees, and ongoing workload issues that have not been fully resolved. Therefore, several recommendations are suggested. First, the company should collaborate more with barista and involve them in decision making. Second, human resources should be strengthened, especially during peak hours, to reduce workload pressure. Third, the company should improve trade and labor relations to build better trust. Fourth, the company should regularly measure burnout, employee engagement, and equity to identify problems early. Finally, it is important to remember that Audi is a continuous process. Overall, company performance has improved, but long-term success cannot be achieved without stronger employee trust and engagement.
Overall, Starbucks' post-pandemic organizational development efforts reflect a strong focus on operational efficiency, employee support, and long-term sustainability. To address challenges such as burnout, staffing shortages, and increased online ordering, the company implemented workflow redesign, automation, and improved scheduling, along with initiatives in leadership development and employee well-being. These changes enhanced store efficiency, improved retention, and supported financial recovery. Despite ongoing labor tensions, Starbucks continued investment in employees and leadership position the company for sustainable growth after the pandemic.